Welcome back, guys. We have Mike Veli,
Hello.
and he's been doing mortgages for over 15 years. And we're going to talk about credit scores.
Okay.
What are some of the things that they could do to increase their credit score?
It's a great question. So, as Zio said, I've been in the mortgage industry for over 15 years, and credit scores are always one of the hot topics when it comes to financing, what products are best for each specific credit score. So, a couple hints, tips that are very important to understand is know what your credit is prior to applying with the bank. The reason why I make that point is once a bank runs your credit report, we have to use that report unless something is inaccurate or false with the report. Mm-hmm. So it's very important to know your score before you apply for a mortgage. What I mean by that is, say you have a soft pull with Credit Karma and you know your score is at 620, they'll give you helpful hints on how to get it up to 680, 720, where you start getting the better pricing that banks offer. So know what your credit is before you come sit with Xiomara to go over your mortgage financing.
Yeah, and that's a very good point. So always monitor your credit. Credit cards are definitely giving you ways of monitoring your credit now. And Credit Karma is a great tool to be able to monitor your credit. Now, I know that we have specialists that we work with.
Yes.
What are some of the things that they do for people? Because not everybody has time to be checking on their
Sure. So yeah, we do have credit specialists that will, if you need it, work with you and the credit bureaus to drastically improve your score. So collection accounts, if you have medical collection accounts, any collection accounts, our credit specialists will work with you and work with the credit bureaus to drastically improve your credit score. And it's very, very cheap. All of our clients get a very good discount for starting, and it's month to month. So if you don't like their work or the results, you have no long-term obligation. It's a great way to improve your credit score.
Now, let me ask you, what are the banks looking for? Because I know lower scores mean higher interest rates.
Right.
So what are some banks looking for as far as, can they start with 520?
Sure.
Can they start?
So each bank varies on credit score and minimums, okay? What we do, and again, I probably shouldn't say this too often, but I'm not a big fan of the credit reporting bureaus. I think they have a lot of power and they stop people from good borrowers who might have a little low credit to get the rate they deserve. Mm-hmm. So our bank, what we like to do is look at the entire picture, look at the actual credit, and not look at the score, because sometimes payment history doesn't always reflect the score on the ability of the client to repay debt. Mm-hmm. So we look at your entire credit, not just the score. So with that being said, you need to be over a 620 to have good pricing from any lender, including us. So if your score is 560, 580, we do need to work with you to get that score up. You're gonna get the best pricing above a 720. That's the magic number. Anything over 720, you'll get the best pricing our bank or any bank has to offer. So another good tip on if your credit score is either insufficient, because a lot of times if you don't have debt, your credit score will suffer as well.
Yes.
The credit bureaus actually reward people who have debt. So I have a lot of old clients who had no debt and their scores were low, which is not really fair. You know, they pay all their debt off each month and their scores aren't great. So what you can do is you could be an authorized user on a family member, a husband, wife, mother, father. If they add you to their existing account as an authorized user, you get all the benefits of their payment history for you. And it's a way of not taking on new debt to help get your credit score better.
Okay, yeah, so that's very important for you guys to know. If ways of increasing your credit score, monitoring your credit score, and any other tips that if you had to give one nugget about credit score, what would that be?
Basically reiterate what I said, know your score before applying to the bank. Because a lot of times when we look at a credit report, I could see ways to help get it better. But once we run your credit, or any bank runs your credit, our hands are tied. We have to use that score. Yeah. So if you have your credit report with Credit Karma, or you know what your score is, I could tell you, here's what you should do prior to applying with us. And it'll just help your rate, help your process, and the whole thing will go more smoothly.
Yeah, okay. So stay tuned for more information on mortgages and what the banks are looking for from you.
Thanks. You're welcome.